Hey folks, Elton Jack here, and oh my goodness, we just got the first ever reveal trailer for Dragon Age: The Veilguard. It is such an exciting time to be in this fandom, as right now we are in the midst of this summer game reveal for the next Dragon Age game. We have brand new companions with full-on details about them. We have the reveal of our new hero as Rook, and we have so many plot details from this new trailer that we're going to jump straight into shot by shot, breaking every single thing down. But I must say that the days of clowning are finally now over, as we are officially in the midst of the marketing of this game. Finally, after 10 years of waiting, the game is coming out this fall. We are so close, if not 5 or 6 months away from playing this game. And of course, we still have the gameplay reveal coming on Tuesday, where we can finally see what this game looks like. But today we are going over everything from this brand new reveal trailer to a PR article to Game Informer's hints that are coming next week to so much more, and of course everything in between. You're in the right place for the full breakdown of what we know currently about Dragon Age: The Veilguard. So setting up this brand new reveal trailer of .tv, we have 2 descriptions that we need to examine before we get into our full shot-by-shot breakdown. The first one comes from Steam with a new description stating, "Watch the new trailer to meet your team of 7 companions, each with their own rich story to discover and shape. In .tv, you rise as Rook, Thaddeus' newest hero. Be who you want to be and play how you want to play as you fight to stop the gods from blighting the world. But you can't do this alone. The odds are stacked against you. Lead your team of 7 companions and together you will become the Veilguard." And the next one comes from the YouTube description on the Dragon Age channel itself, where it says, "When corrupt gods break free from centuries of darkness, the odds will be stacked against you. You can't do this alone. Rally a team of 7 companions, each with rich lives and deep backstories. These are characters to befriend and even fall in love with. Among them, an assassin, a necromancer, and a detective will each bring their own expertise and unique abilities to the fight. You are never alone. Decide who to take into battle, and together face down demons, dragons, and even ancient gods. You'll fight alongside Harding, the scout, Neeve, the detective, Emrich the Necromancer, Tash, the dragon hunter, Davin, the warden, Bellara, the veil jumper, Lucanus, the mage killer. Create memories with your team which will deepen your experiences and give you more to fight for. The world teeters on a knife's edge, but together you have the power to fight back." So the first key takeaway from all of this is that the new hero is indeed Rook, just like a chest piece, a bird, or even an abbreviation for a rookie, as previously leaked. It's amusing that after all of this time, Mark Darris' hints about the Red Wolf Rook book, which was named by the fandom, actually turned out to be true and was the new hero's name. Because this detail was literally planted back in 2015, which is hysterical. Now, an EA press release, which we're going to refer to a lot in this, confirms that Rook is fully customizable, so there is no human lock-in treatment. Don't worry about that. Now, the second takeaway is that the corrupt gods have broken free from centuries of darkness and now intend to blight the world. The odds are overwhelmingly against us as we face a blight caused by these unleashed evil elven gods. Many of us hoped for a double blight in this game, and while this isn't exactly that, the implications of turning Thaddeus into a blighted land are very much similar. And the final takeaway we have from these descriptions is that our new companions each bring their own expertise and unique abilities to the fight, which kind of sounds generic when you say it, but according to EA's press release, each companion will have their own storylines, motivations, and skill trees. And these unique skill trees, as we'll get into, are so exciting because they're going to determine who we're going to bring into battle, similar to Dragon Age 2, where each character has their own distinctive gameplay style and unique perks. However, do remember, this time we can only bring 2 companions into battle, but all 7 are romanceable regardless of your gender. So basically, as we go through this trailer, everybody's hearts is up for grabs. So pay attention and let me know down below so far who you're going to be hitting the flirt button on first. Alright folks, it is trailer time. So kicking us off, the new in-engine trailer, though not representative of gameplay, showcases the Frostbite engine with a beautiful, gloomy shot of Minrathous, the capital city of Tevinter. This sets the scene for Varric and Harding's ambush in a tavern, two dwarves who need no introduction in Dragon Age. And it seems that this new trailer's events directly follow the storyline of Dragon Age The Missing. The comic itself was set 10 years after the events of Inquisition. Throughout its narrative, the dwarves chased Solas to Minrathous, realizing that Solas knew who they were and was thwarting their every move. Thus, Varric and Harding decided that they needed a new hero to pursue Solas instead. And so in this Minrathous tavern, the pair are being attacked by a Tevinter faction, identifiable by their sharp, angular clothing and circular swords. Again, although this is not representative of gameplay, it's wonderful to see Harding's beautiful freckled face and of course Varric's majestic chest hair. We've missed it for so long. However, Varric is noticeably older. I suppose that does come with 10 years since, but it does have me worrying about his health. More on that one later on. But Harding also had the same realization as me as she commented on her old friend not looking good. She stated that it would take more than just the two of them to defeat these Tevinters and deal with their ongoing scheme against Solas. Harding then smacks Evint in the face with a tankard, revealing she is joining our companion roster as the Scout, representing the mighty Inquisition, or at least its remnants, probably dependent on our choices in Trespasser, which I think is just so exciting that we're having Harding as a companion. She is going to be perfect for our new heroes party, and I imagine she's probably going to be one of the first companions joining up with our new hero. And just the fact that Lace is now romanceable and Ali Hillis is returning to the role is exactly what we have been all asking for, I know for a fact. And according to EA's press release, even more excitedly, Harding, the Dwarven Scout, returns to the fray as a companion with her big heart, positive outlook, ready bow, and unexpected magical powers. This is literally insane. Harding is going to be more than just hard in Hightown. She's likely to have some kind of magical connection to the Titans, like Volta, or something new and unique for her. Either way, I'm super eager to see what that is, the lore behind it, and how she's going to get these powers in the first place. And this also kind of just sets a precedent straight away for each of our companions in the Veilguard. They're less going to be strictly mage, warrior or rogue, and more of a mix regarding their class, which I think is a super exciting shake-up. The Varric then asks Harding what she thinks they should do about the help they need, transitioning to a scene in an alleyway still in Tevinter's capital, Minrathous. Harding suggests that they need somebody to be their eyes and ears in the shadows, and lo and behold, meet Neeve Gallis. Originally introduced in Tevinter Nights, Neeve Gallis is a resilient and resourceful human private investigator operating of course in the bustling streets of Minrathous. As a mage, Neeve deftly uses her magical abilities to navigate the dangers of her investigations, undeterred by her dwarven crafted prosthetic leg. Now we witness firsthand the sheer power of her magic as a deal goes wrong during a trade for some kind of mysterious ruby-like trinket. And now Neeve is joining our party as the detective. According to the EA press release, Neeve is a cynic fighting for a better future, both as a private detective and as a member of Tevinter's rebellious Shadow Dragons faction. Now, the Shadow Dragons were a new faction introduced in the Dragon Age The Missing comic. They offer sanctuary to escaped slaves in Minrathous, helping them reclaim their dignity and rebuild their lives, ultimately dedicated to protecting these individuals from the oppressive Venatori cult. Now, Neeve is a character that I'm immediately interested in learning a lot more about. I loved her in Tevinter Nights, and I also liked her a lot in The Missing, especially when she said that she was so sick of hearing about Solas the Dread Wolf. And I am completely obsessed with her fashion sense. She looks freaking amazing. She's certainly my #1 contender for a romance already, but we'll see. Okay, next up, Varric states that they're going to need somebody who can bring a little darkness to the daylight, which brings us to what seems to be the bustling streets of one of Antiva's cities. The vibrant colours, the architecture, and of course the presence of an Antivan crow all suggest this. And here we witness the clearly not so dead Lucanus de la Morte, who has faked his death probably to escape the evil Venatori. For those unfamiliar, basically the Dragon Age Day short story The Wake revealed Antivan crows Ilario, Viago and Tia mourning the loss of Lucanus in House Cantorius Casino in Antiva's city. However, here we can see Lucanus' skill at work. Originally introduced in Tevinter Nights, Lucanus de la Morte is a master assassin of the Antivan crow crows and is the favourite grandson of Caterina della Morte, the first Talon, an incredibly formidable figure. Renowned for his focus and skill, Lucanus is feared by his enemies, earning the nickname the Demon by the Venatori after a contract in Varantium. Now, according to the EA press release, Lucanus is a poised and pragmatic assassin who descends from the bloodline of the House of Crows, a criminal organisation renowned throughout Vadis. And now, Lucanus joins our new hero as the Mage Killer, showcasing his hatred for the Venatori even further. I expect a lot of stabbing, especially with the 4 daggers he has equipped. I'm really excited to meet Lucanus and learn more about his faking of his death and see how that's going to go down with the other Antivan crows. Next up, we are whisked away from one of Antiva's cities to the Arlafan Forest, and here it is where we meet Bellara, the Veil Jumper, a character whose name we heard about in the Gamescom behind the scenes trailer with Ji Young Han voice acting them. Bellara appears as an elven Veil Jumper with new facial markings, most likely representing the Veil Jumpers, as I don't really recognise these immediately. Emerging from an alluvion, a creature with long tendrils literally pulls her back in, a horrifying sight that looks excruciatingly painful. But in her own enthusiastic demeanour, she asks if we're going into the Fade, clearly offering such interests in the matter, providing some indication of visiting the Fade with her. According to this EA press release, Bellara is a creative and romantic Veil Jumper obsessed with uncovering ancient secrets. She has a really unique bow too that replaces her hand like a prosthetic, but we'll touch upon that when we see it in action very soon. Now, in Dragon Age The Missing, the Veil Jumpers emerged as a diverse group, including Strife, Irulen, and both Dalish and non-Dalish mages and hunters. As a faction, they're dedicated to containing and confronting the dangers of the cursed Arlafan Forest. And actually, in the comic, we saw that the forest was significantly changed due to the presence of the Crucius Stone, an immensely powerful artifact that was actually retrieved by Solas. But when Varric informed the Veil Jumpers about Solas's true identity, they immediately understood the gravity of the situation. The realization that an elven god was in possession of such a powerful stone, also walking around today in modern Vadis, compelled them to take drastic action. And now we have Bellara holding some kind of artifact, perhaps similar to the Crucius Stone or something completely different, but actually she does drop this artifact as the creature pulls her back in. Ultimately, the Veil Jumpers do have a lot of similarities to the Executors, given their triangle symbols, the bow, some representation towards Gillinan and the elven Morlang clan, and so much. It's a topic for another video altogether. Next, Varric mentions that we need somebody to help uncover buried secrets, so we head to the Navaran Grand Necropolis to meet Emrich Vulcarin, probably one of my actual favourite characters in this trailer, I think. Emrich is a human mortalitati necromancer known for his remarkable ability to communicate with restless spirits, and we actually saw this firsthand in a Dragon Age Day short story, as Emrich and his associate Joanna Hezenkos explored the eerie corridors of the Cobalt Ossuary, seeking to understand the torments plaguing a screaming skull. It was a brilliantly written, very witty story that I do recommend you check out for yourself, just to get the dynamic of Emrich and Joanna, because it's fantastic. But with his calm determination and a bit of pride, Emrich conducted a ritual to ease the spirit's anguish, revealing a tale of divided love and longing. And now we see Emrich in this trailer showcasing his necromancy skills by summoning a skeletal assistant to confront what seems to be grave robbers or trespassers in the necropolis. Tying into this, the EA press release basically stated that Emrich is a necromancer of Navara's Mornwatch, and as of which he comes complete with his own skeletal assistant, Manfred. You heard that right. Emrich literally brings along his own skeleton. And he's got a brilliant name too. I friggin' love Manfred. I want to meet Manfred just as much as I want to meet Emrich. Harding having asked Varric how they're going to deal with Darkspawn, to which Varric responds that they need someone to stand between them and a pack of demons. Enter Grey Warden Davin, also introduced as a name in the Gamescom BTS trailer, voiced by Ike Amadi, who was Javik in the Mass Effect trilogy. Now, Davin is an elven warden with an unrecognisable Valistine, at least to me, showcasing his Dalish upbringing, and dresses quite differently from wardens we've seen in the south. Perhaps he represents the look of wardens in Weishaupt, or just has his own entire completely. Now, most importantly, Davin has a pet griffin. Oh my lord, how bloody cute. We're already calling this griffin Griffy for now, but how can we not recruit Davin, even if it is just for Griffy? This is so bloody cute and exactly exactly what we want. Thank you, BioWare. Griffins are back and alive in the Dragon Age. The ERPR said that Davin is a bold and charming Grey Warden who has made a name for himself as a monster hunter. So not just skilled at killing Darkspawn, but actually all manner of creatures, and I'm sure Griffy helps out when they can. Honestly, I'm so excited to see what gameplay dynamics Griffy can do. Additionally, the area where Davin is fighting in looks like it's the same location as the sexy tree from the EAPlay 2020 little tease. Now, besides demons and darkspawns, Harding suggests that they need somebody who can help kill dragons. Enter Harlequin, or should I now say Tash, who is situated in Ravine fighting a dragon head on. Varric said that they would need somebody with fire in their blood, and am I taking this too literally? But I'm pretty sure Tash is going to have some kind of fire abilities, linking the Qunari and the dragons even closer together, as it has been such a long-standing theory. But come on, if Harding can have magical powers, surely Harlequin can breathe fire. It's not that much of a stretch, and Varric literally just said it anyway. Now, Tash, like a beast, jumps so high wielding 2 axes, showcasing their gameplay aspects. Then crashing down on a dragon's head. Wife material, wife material. They look so iconic. I love Tash already. The EAPR says that Tash is a dragon hunter allied with the Lords of Fortune, who lives for adventure and doesn't mind taking risks. Clearly so, as we literally see them fighting a dragon by themselves. Now, the Lords of Fortune, for the uninitiated, are a new faction introduced into Infinite Nights, and they're just a group of individuals in Thedas widely known as treasure hunters. They have a distinct role in seeking fortune, wealth, and any opportunity that basically pays well enough. Harlequin is real, and I'm so excited. Lastly, we have one more character to reveal in this trailer. Of course, Rook, the player and leader of the Veilguard. Now, we see Rook straight away in very similar robes to the hooded figure in the Game Awards trailer in 2020. Like, legit, it's actually just the same robes. There's no similarities. It's spot on, exact. And in the Game Awards trailer, they were in the streets of Minrathous, pulling out a winged dagger ready to attack a blurred figure in a Tevinter alleyway. And this hooded figure had what looked like keys on their chest, along with a very golden logo on their shoulder, which resembled an owl or some kind of bird creature, and the dagger also appeared to have a winged bird on its hilt. I said at the time it was an owl, but of course it could be any bird, like a rook. However, I made the correlation back in 2020 that these symbols represented a spy faction, maybe like the Tevinter Sakari, ultimately reinforcing the belief that Rook could choose a faction-based origin story, and I really hope that that is the case, especially with each of our companions literally belonging to one of the 7 most important factions right now in Thedas. Either way, regardless of this owl bird-like symbol, we do see the actual Veilguard's logo in a separate shot of Rook, which you can see for yourself right here, and we'll touch upon this more in a bit as well. Now, another thing about Rook is the fact that they do wield a lyrium blade dagger, just like the theory video I made a couple of weeks ago talking about the existence of a regular lyrium blade, contrasting the idea of the red lyrium blade giving us some kind of weapon to fight against Solas or to fight against the elven gods, considering the world literally teeters on a knife's edge. And I do wonder about the gameplay mechanics that this dagger is going to have. It seems like it may open up more fluid gameplay, allowing whatever class we play as to have literally a designated source of melee abilities with this dagger. It's super exciting to see. Following Rook's introduction to Varric and Harding, we're thrust into a full battle sequence in what appears to be the Black City, or the Crossroads, or somewhere entirely new. Could be a different dimension for all we know. I feel like this is the Black City, and it's also the place where the elven gods were unleashed, probably from the very start of the game to now coming towards the end. More on that bit in a second. Let's dive into the actual action. Bellara wields an epic bow made of triangles, originally thought to be an executor bow by me. Now, it still could be an executor bow, given the correlations between the Veil Jumpers and the Executors, but right now we don't really know. What's striking is that her entire arm is prosthetic, and in other artworks we can see her with her fist clenched, showcasing glowing fade magic, highlighting the transformative powers of her arm. Be really cool if she could actually make one of those for my Inquisitor, please and thank you. Behind Bellara, we see a winged mage-like figure, which upon closer examination is Lucanus. I have no clue what the heck is going on here, but no wonder he's called the Demon by the Venatori if he kills people like that. Then we get a really cool shot of Neeve firing an ice spell, and I just love her aesthetic. I'm just pulling it up because she just looks fantastic, from her snake belt on her bodice to the veil covering her face ever so slightly. As the party battles down Darkspawn, a huge dragon appears in the heart of what I think is the Black City. And if this is the Black City, this could literally be where the Maker's throne one would hypothetically be. The whole idea of if the maker has a throne needs a butt. Perhaps this would be the place where said throne would belong to. And we have unusual yet very elegant golden architecture, which we relate to the ancient elves. Plus we literally have the elven gods as symbols behind this massive dragon, which I think provides enough context for this place to be of elven origin. Perhaps Arlathan itself, a place where the elven gods literally dominated, where they declared their godhood and ruled Arlathan. And of course, if that be the case, the golden city turned black. Oh, and what is that in the background? It's a flippin' eclipse! Literally like the emergent compendium's prophecy, two shadowed spheres and eclipse as Fen Harel stirred. The city is blighted, which again relates to the current nature of the Black City and also the elven gods' plan to blight this world. Could this be the centre of creation itself? I can't tell if the dragon in this scene is fighting alongside our hero or if it is literally against us. It's not an archdemon, nor does it look like Flemeth or Morrigan. It seems like it's a high dragon, a really big one at that. Now it could also be one of the elven gods taking the shape of a dragon, but this is also a dragon age where dragons literally linger everywhere, so like I'm not concrete, or I don't really have a concrete answer on what this dragon is or who it could be, besides it just being one of the biggest dragons we've ever seen. It's foreboding as frig, and it excites the hell out of me for a conclusion of this game, as this feels like it's literally endgame material if our party is literally fighting in the Black City. We also have the correlation to make of like the Dread Wolf being in the Black City, because we have that mural where his teeth were red and he was munching away at the Black City, which was blighted. So like is Solas also hidden away here? What's going on with him? Especially if he's literally painted a fresco depicting that with the two other elven god figures. And I'm also very curious about the nature of the veil in this scene too. Ultimately though, it looks like we're getting a lot of long-standing answers to questions we've been asking since the original, and I love that. It really does excite me. And then we get the fall release window, which could be anytime from September to December, but it's literally so soon, folks. And lastly on this trailer, we get the front cover of the Veilguard with a beautiful artwork of our entire roster of companions, with Rook at the centre with their new Lyrium blade. Varric is also a part of this key art, which makes me think that Varric might actually be an initial companion for maybe the first mission, along with Harding, introducing us to the story, the threat, all that kind of stuff. And then maybe Varric is gonna die passing the torch to our new hero. Or maybe not that dramatic, maybe he's just gonna be a hugely significant advisor if he literally is on the key art. I am genuinely though just so happy at this art piece, seeing our new crew, from Manfred with goggles on, to Griff, to Emrich wielding his staff like that, to the beautiful reappearance of Harding, who is now romanceable and a companion. I'm so excited to meet each of this crew. However, there's one question that I really do have to ask, and I'm afraid to ask it, but who's gonna betray us this time? I'm really scared because there's not a single companion here that I want to be betrayed by. And I think Lucanus would be the easy one for it to be. But then like, what if it's Harlequin, or what if it's Neeve, or what if it's Emrich? What if it's Manfred? Surely not him, not in those goggles. What about Griff? I mean, what if Rook's the betrayer this time? Now, I have seen a lot of criticism about the art style of this trailer, and it is understandable that some people will be unhappy with that. Ultimately for me, it's a trailer representing the heroes of this journey with a bit of style in there. But just to calm you all down, we do have in-game or in-engine shots released by BioWare and Game Insider, just so we can really appreciate the beauty of this game and the engine. The first one features Tash, Rook and Neeve that I've showed off before. I just want you to really take the beauty in now, as it looks like they're in Tevinter. Look how beautiful they all look. We can just see the level of customization with a Rook right in the middle here. Look at Tash's hair. Oh my lord. Praying for really good hair physics, and just that gives me hope for beautiful hairstyles. As well as this in-game environment of Minrathous, which is bloody stunning. Oh my lord. We can see Neeve, Varric, Scout Harding and Rook right in the middle there, looking off the distance of Minrathous, which looks bloody beautiful. If you had any doubt about the art style or the direction of this game, I hope that at least quenches you a little bit. Now, coming up to a summary here, if you're wondering what to expect from the gameplay reveal on Tuesday, BioWare did tweet, "Find out what Varric and Bianca are up against in the gameplay reveal for .tv." And oh my goodness, they're literally going to show us the major threat of this game straight away on Tuesday. I'm so excited to see what the frig is going on. Now, we also have a summer schedule from BioWare on the upcoming .tv content. From this reveal trailer that we got obviously at the Xbox conference to the 15-minute plus gameplay on Tuesday. Following that reveal, we're going to actually then have games media impressions having seen or played the game. So we're actually going to have multiple perspectives on it, which I'm really excited to cover as well. Then we're going to have a Discord developer Q&A on June 14th. And then we're going to have this Game Informer cover story, with then even more to follow. Now, regarding this Game Informer cover story, basically Game Informer got invited to visit BioWare Studio and had an exclusive look at Dragon Age the Veilguard, including a look at its character creator, its prologue, its opening missions, and even more. They spoke to many of the game's leads about the name change, the series' shift to real-time action combat, the various companions and the relationships that we can forge, and the Veilguard's hub location. We're going to learn about the titular Veilguard, Solas's role in the game, and so much more in their full 12-page cover story on June 18th, which is just giving us even more content coming next week. Folks, we're literally in the thick of it right now. It all has begun and I'm so flipping excited. Of course, you're in the right place for all the latest on .tv. Let me know all of your thoughts. Who are you romancing? Who are you excited to see? Who do you want to learn more about? But let me know all your thoughts down below. But until we get this gameplay reveal on Tuesday, Elton Jack has got to go and prepare. So I should go. Whoa.